Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Cyrus. Kim Jonghyun was born April 8th, 1990, and he was the main vocalist of SHINee. He was born in the capital of South Korea, Seoul. When he was in middle school, he got into music and it quickly became his passion. He dropped out at 10th grade and decided that he was just going to focus on his music career. He ended up at the Seoul Music Institute where he graduated in 2009. He actually went to two different universities in Korea and graduated with his master's degree in film and musical studies. So back in 2005, when he was 15, he was scouted by SM Entertainment, which is the biggest entertainment company in all of South Korea. On May 25th, 2008, he would make his debut along with four others known as SHINee, and the song was Replay. Next, they would drop Love Like Oxygen and Amigo. In 2009, when he graduated, Jonghyun actually started writing songs for SHINee, and he helped with their fourth single, Juliet. The next song that released, which was also the first SHINee song that I heard, was Ring Ding Dong. JoJo was the B track to this album, and they also promoted that along with Ring Ding Dong. Jonghyun was a part of a group that debuted in 2010 called SM The Ballad, and it literally just consisted of powerhouse vocals from SM Entertainment. In the same year, one of SHINee's most well-known songs would be released, and that is Lucifer. SHINee decided to go international in 2011, where they released a Japanese version of their song Replay. 91,000 copies were sold. They followed up Replay with Japanese versions of Lucifer and Juliet, and Juliet is probably, it is so good. It sounds so good in Japanese. In December, The First was released, which was their first Japanese album, and it consisted of different hit songs plus a couple new songs. SHINee also participated in SM Entertainment's winter album, The Warmest Gift, where they did a cover of Wham's Last Gift. And after having only promoted in Japan for over a year, they actually came back to Korea and released another song, Sherlock. They had two tours that year, one that was just across Japan, and then a bigger one that was across all of Asia. So they released a couple more Japanese albums before it hit 2013, and SHINee decided to serve. They released Dream Girl, The Misconceptions of You. The second part of the album was Why So Serious, The Misconceptions of Me, which unfortunately Jonghyun did participate in the album, but he did not participate in the promotions for it or the music video because he got in a car crash and needed a nose job. So then on August 8th, they released a repackage of the two albums, which was The Misconceptions of Us. While releasing all of those albums, they are still continuously working on Japanese music. Their fifth Korean mini album was Everybody. And finally, at the beginning of 2014, SHINee goes on their first world tour. So in my opinion, Odd is one of the best SHINee albums, and that came out in May of 2015. The title track was View, and their repackaged was Married to the Frickin' Music. They kicked off the beginning of 2016 with more and more Japanese music. Then they did SHINee World 5, which actually also hit Asia and North America. Over the next year, SHINee would release their last Korean and Japanese albums together as a group of five. On December 18th of 2017, Jonghyun was found unresponsive in his apartment. The day of, he actually sent his older sister several text messages that included stuff like last goodbye and say I did well. She called emergency services as soon as she got those text messages at noon, and the police did not bother to investigate for another 6 hours. He was taken to the hospital and he did not regain consciousness, and they say that he died of cardiac arrest. His family did not elect for an autopsy because they all knew he did it himself. He was 27. The next day, services were held, and he was surrounded by family, friends, and those most affected. Fans were crowded outside. Around the world, a memorial was held for a lost son, a lost brother, a lost artist, a lost friend. The world stopped on December 18th, 2017, as it does every single December 18th since. The world was absolutely devastated, but his legacy did not die that day. It continues to live on through his music. While I was writing this video, I wanted to make it predominantly about Jonghyun, but I also wanted to share SHINee's history because obviously that is where he came from, and I also didn't want to end the video on such an upsetting note. So now I just want to share a part of his legacy with you. In 2015, Jonghyun debuted as a solo artist with his first album, Bake. The lead singles were Deja Vu and Crazy, Guilty Pleasure. A compilation album, also written by Jonghyun, came out that year. That was Story OP1. He would release several songs on SM's station, and he would release another album called She Is in 2016. Story OP2 was released in 2017, and the lead single was Lonely, which is a beautiful song. His last album, which is the best in my opinion, is Poet Artist, and it was released after he died. It hit Billboard charts and was certified platinum. Jonghyun not only wrote all of his own solo music plus several songs for SHINee, he also wrote songs for Taemin, who is another member of SHINee. He wrote songs for EXO. He wrote songs for IU. He wrote songs for several people. The fact that he wrote Pretty Boy, and I feel like he had to have had Kai and Taemin in mind as he is writing that, is just crazy. If that doesn't allude to his humor, then I don't know what does. He was also a host on a radio program called Blue Night. He hosted it for 3 years, and it was on every night at midnight, and it was a place where you got to really see personally who Jonghyun was. You know, he talks about his mental health, and he talked about dating, and he talked about family, and he talked about the guys. Jonghyun was also one of the only idols to openly support the LGBTQ plus movement in South Korea. And this is not something that was normal specifically at the time. Gay LGBTQ plus, it was not talked about in Korea. He participated in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. He gave all of his proceeds from his She Is album to UNICEF. He was caring, he was understanding, he was passionate. He showed love and humility to all. Just like his nickname, Bling Bling Jonghyun, he shined bright like a star. He was loud, he was witty, sometimes he was shy, but every time he got on stage, he didn't let you see any of that. He just let you see his powerful, charismatic attitude. He was a beautiful soul, and he had a beautiful smile. He is not only a poet, but he is a true artist. So, obviously this video was a little hard to make. It actually took me like an hour and a half to make it because I had to keep pausing to like sob because I'm just mentally ill. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you guys some songs that you should be listening to if you do not listen to SHINee or Jonghyun. I made a list of 10 songs for each because I could not make a single list of 10 between the two. And they are not in any particular order. So my favorite Jonghyun song, period, don't even need to think about what song is number one, is Only One You Need. It's on his Poet Artist album, and I think it probably read to me the most when I listened to the album the first time. I like White T-Shirt, I like Take the Dive, I like Lonely, I like I'm So Curious, She Is, Crazy, Shinin', Rewind, and Just for a Day. Again, I think the Poet Artist album is the best, and that is why like half of the list is songs off of that album. So let's talk about SHINee songs now. This was really hard because I've literally been listening to SHINee since like 2010, 2011, and they have so much music. So I like Replay, Ring Ding Dong, Juliet, Graze, Last Gift, Ready or Not, View, Stranger, Senorita, and Get It. I think I'm going to put all these songs on a playlist and link them below because I feel like you should listen to SHINee just as much as me. Also, if you didn't know this, SHINee released a new single today called Poet Artist, and it was a song written by Jonghyun that features vocals from Jonghyun. So please go listen to it. Please give it a like. Go ahead and drop a comment below. Tell me your favorite Jonghyun moment. Tell me your favorite Jonghyun song. And I just want to thank you.